Alright, so in this practice activity for functions, this is creating functions to organize code. In GameLab, all the action is happening in the draw loop, but too much complex code makes it really confusing to read. To keep your draw loop easy to read, use functions for larger chunks of code. Which that is really the most important thing about functions, is that they allow us to take chunks of code and make them smaller and reuse them over and over. Or in this case, keep our draw loop, organized, and we don't have all this code in here. Because if we had, imagine if you have draw day, well, draw day is right here with all this code, which is a lot. And we're going to do the same thing with draw night. And we're going to have a draw night here as well. So we're going to really, when we run this right now, we have daytime, but we don't have anything for when the mouse ends up moving over and triggering the draw night, and that's why these stop moving actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix this. We need to create the draw night. This is gonna be have a little bit of code here. So it says write the draw night function, which has been created but is empty. And so we just want to put some code in there to create this. So let's go ahead and start adding that to our code. The first thing is we don't want any, well, let's make a background first. And we'll go to drawing. Now we could just choose a color, which would totally be fine. So we could leave it like blue. What would that do? That's not quite dark enough. Let's use the RGB. Okay, and let's just try, I kind of did a little research before this. So 0, 0, and 102. I think that's going to be kind of a darker, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see how it changes. Now we got a few more things to do here, so we're not quite done with this yet. So we have, this is our sky, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add some water in, because if you notice with this, there's water down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a fill, and then we're going to drag a rectangle out there too. So we're going to drag a fill. Beneath this is going to be our water, and then a rectangle. And we want the rectangle to basically span the entire thing. So, but we're going to start 0. We're going to start over here, 300, and then let's make this width and height. So let's see what that looks like, and let's leave it yellow here for a second. We're actually going to change the color of this, but yeah, that works perfect. That's kind of where we want it. And we could also go down here and say, oh, here's our water right here. So we could use this because we want it to be in the same spot. So then let's use RGB for this as well. And let's do this. So we'll make this 0, 0, and we're going to make this 50. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, so then let's take a look at what else we got here. We have moon, because we have a moon or a sun here, so we need to have the moon. And if we look at this right here, we want to have the same object, same location of it. So that's going to be a ellipse. My computer's getting a little slow. And then we want to fill that in, and we got to put the fill in front of it. So we can look down here. The sun is 100, 100, 50, 50. So let's do the same thing. 100, 100, and then 50, 50. Oops. Okay, and then we want that to be a color as well. We don't have gray here, so I'm going to go ahead and use RGB again. And this could be anything. but we're going to try to make this as, and you could go to Google and search and just do RGB gray. It's basically what I did to find the colors. So now there's this, and now we have this. Okay, and when our cursor goes down, that's kind of perfect. All right, hopefully that helps you with your coding, and good luck.